freedom didn't do George Michael many favors either, did it? So I'm quite happy as I am, thanks.
It is all in your mind.
Says the man that thinks the earth is flat.
Lock the door. Go away. Go away.
Go nuts on my nuts.
Warning.
Don't worry, I'll fix it.
Warning. Contains facts and opinions some may find offensive.
And pretty soon it'll contain a sweaty old flat earther who can't work out how to flip his video the right way. So I've done it for you, Dan. No need to thank me. Tidy!
So anyways, what did I want to talk about today? I wanted to talk about how impressed I was that DITRH, well done, congratulations, thank you. Finally got old High Impact Flicks to discuss Flat Earth. I'm impressed. Credit where credit's due. It's about time, Brian. Thank you.
Cool story, bro. Well, Dan, if I'd known you were going to have so much to say about High Impact Flicks, I would have been a little more prepared for making this video. Because I've checked this channel and I can't see any flat earth content on there at all. Maybe it's the 500,000 subscribers that inspired you to shout out this channel name? Tidy! Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Playing a Blinder with me, the Creaky Blinder, and today we are talking about Daniel Pratt. Obviously, because he was in the introduction to this video. And I'm ever so slightly hurt, if I'm being honest, because I get people talking about Flat Earth all the time and he's never shouted me out. Admittedly, it's not for the reason he wants people to be talking about Flat Earth, but I do get people talking about Flat Earth.
You know, from watching it, people asking Dave questions is the same old, why does it matter? Still gotta pay the bills, blah, 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 blah. You know, and it, again, if by now they can't figure it out, I can't believe how many truth channels still
exist on YouTube, because YouTube have got this policy where they pull down channels that are spreading misinformation in the same way that they appear to be removing truth channels like yours, Daniel Pratt. What a coinky dink.
I mean, now especially with the whole pandemic, okay?
Plandemic? Don't you mean pandemic, Dan? I hate to correct you, but I don't really hate to correct it. It's kind of what I do, isn't it? It's pandemic. It's a worldwide pandemic. Unless, of course, you're replacing pan with plan to try and imply that somehow the evil governments of the world have done it deliberately. But surely not. Flat earthers aren't stupid enough to buy into conspiracies like that, are they?
There are truthers running around right now today saying there's a worldwide conspiracy to overhype this pandemic and take away your rights, initiate control, total control over your life.
So that's exactly what you're saying then? That the governments of the world have done this deliberately to take over our lives. The next thing, you'll be claiming that the pandemic is there specifically to hide the true shape of the earth from people.
These are the same people that have been scoffing at flat earthers for 6 years, as we've said. There's a worldwide conspiracy to hide where you really live.
What? Are you trying to tell me that I actually don't live in Swansea and I'm not Welsh and it's all just a big cover-up by the man?
To control your entire life, your mindset of where you live, how you got here.
But I know exactly how I got here. I was born to my parents who also live in Swansea, and because they lived in Swansea and had a baby, me, then I too lived in Swansea. I'm really struggling to follow your logic here, Dan.
Order out of chaos isn't the goal. Order out of chaos is how they've controlled you for centuries.
Order out of chaos has got nothing to do with it. I was a good boy, and I still am, and they can't have controlled me for centuries. Now, I hope that wasn't a dig about my age. I know I'm knocking on a bit. I've just turned 48, but that's not even half a century.
Fear and chaos. That's why they sold you the model of chaos, the heliocentric firecracker of nothing, creates perfect clockwork, organization,
So you are saying that this awful thing that we are all going through as the population of the globe is pre-planned by the government to hide the true shape of the earth? Because that's what I'm getting from this, and I can't possibly be the only person who can see the irony in you claiming that the globe, the planet we live on, is built from chaos. And that comes from somebody who refuses to believe what is so blatantly obvious to anybody that isn't a complete mug, and makes videos on YouTube claiming the earth is flat. Of course, because God made us. No physics involved, no science, no proof. Just your blind faith in something or someone that you have never seen, you never will be able to see, but somehow that trumps all the scientific proofs that exist in the world today demonstrating the true shape of the earth.
It's just amazing to me. You would think after the lockdown, after all the total censorship control that we've seen unfold really over the last 4 or 5 years, just happens to coincide with the time period Flat Earth was spreading like a virus worldwide. There was worldwide meetup after conference of Flat Earth.
That is what he's saying, isn't it? It's not just me misunderstanding it. For once, I'm not wrong. He is claiming that somehow this awful situation has been done deliberately to affect flat earthers' meetings and conferences, and overall the true shape of the earth.
And now all of a sudden, it's almost like I kept saying that entire time. They're buying time for something. Maybe to unroll their pandemic lockdown to stop social gatherings.
Well, every cloud, I suppose, Dan, because it doesn't seem to have affected your life that massively, because pre-lockdown you were locked in your basement with your boiler for company, making videos claiming that the earth is flat, and post-lockdown you're still in your basement with your boiler, making videos trying to get people to believe that the earth is flat. Well, it's nice to see that your life isn't as unrecognizable as the rest of ours.
Maybe it's like they knew when the internet was released, information would naturally be more freely traded between the people, and this would create a problem.
You are entirely right, Daniel Pratt. It is a problem. And I will tell you what the problem is. The ability, as you say, to share information more freely throughout the entire population of the world that chooses to look things up on the internet is that it is also as equally easy to spread bad information, wrong information about, I don't know, the shape of the earth.
So maybe they created a situation where stooges and shills would come out and scream how dangerous these conspiracy theorists are. Reaction. So that total lockdown and control of everything you say and do in your life can be initiated through an overhyped, contrived, virus of the mind pandemic.
So yeah, he is definitely without doubt saying that this worldwide pandemic is a deliberate act to interfere with people's ability to gather and discuss the shape of the Earth. The incorrect shape of the Earth, I might add.
Solution.
Get every single Flat Earth channel on YouTube taken down because they spread really bad information. And by spreading that really bad information, they are in fact creating the next generation of complete muppets.
Maybe Flat Earth just encouraged them along in their timeline.
Well, that confirms it, doesn't it? Daniel Pratt thinks that the Lagerlurgy has been put in place specifically with the purpose of disrupting people's ability to prove that the Earth is flat. Well, I hate to break it to you, Mr. Pratt, but flat earthers just aren't that important. Hashtag FEDM. Flat earthers don't matter. Isn't it far more plausible that this savage virus has taken over the world and it's a very difficult fight that we are struggling to stay on top of? You know, if you weigh that up compared to what you think it is, a way to stop people finding out that the Earth is flat, I know which way I'd hedge my bets.
Or maybe not. Maybe it's exactly for when they planned it to. Either way, we've tried to tell you from the beginning, it was all about control. And the more you scoffed and ignored us, the tighter the grip on that control has become. They are steps away from literal, total control of your lives. And you're still asking us why Flat Earth matters.
Flat Earth doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant. Yes, it's fun to make fun of, but it doesn't mean anything because it's all just make-believe and fairy tales. And why would it be that somebody like you, Daniel Pratt, a flat earther, is privy to information that the likes of myself, a mere mortal, a globetard, has no access to? Why is it that flat earthers know all the secrets whilst being unable to prove any of them, and the average Joe on the street, the average person like me and like you watching this now, is completely oblivious to any of this information?
Maybe you should stop with your programmed questions.
And maybe you should stop uploading videos to YouTube without editing them first. You annoying little turd.
Doubtful questions like you know everything, and listen.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but nobody knows everything. Absolutely nobody. Even the smartest person in the world does not know everything.
And the only thing that's going to decide whether you keep giving it over to them or not is you. If you have the fortitude, guts, and courage to look at Flat Earth earnestly, objectively, you may just find the key to release yourself from their control and their lies.
Okay, and I will take all that on board. Honestly, I will. But I do have one question while we're on the subject. What if you're not stupid enough to think the Earth is flat? And I'm asking for a friend. It's not anything I want to know, obviously. But what if you're just not so stupid that you think the Earth is flat? How do you set yourself free then? And please don't leave me hanging, Dan, because you obviously have all the answers. He's thinking about it. This is going to be good.
Ask yourself why. If the shape of the Earth is so insignificant, once again, why do they start pounding it in your brain and continue from cradle to grave?
Well, that's just called education, Dan. I'm sure you've heard of it. But the reason they pound it into us is because stupid education system insists that our teachers teach kids things that are actually based in reality and fact. And we can't just make shit up.
Globe programming is everywhere. Scientific globe proof is nowhere. It doesn't exist.
What are we going to do now? So you mean boats disappearing over the horizon? That's not a proof. Lunar eclipses? That's not a proof either. The stars? Not a proof. Shadows being different lengths at different time of the days based on the position of the sun? Not a proof? Well, I don't know what to tell you then, but I guess I'm just not cool enough to come up with 200 proofs like Eric Dubay. So you'll just have to make do with those 4, which all unequivocally show that we live on a globe, because none of those things are possible on a flat earth.
It is all in your mind.
Says the man that thinks the earth is flat.
And they made sure of it. We are trying to give you the key to free that mind. You just keep calling us names and shouting, "Go away. Lock the door. Go away. Go away." You're afraid of freedom.
I'm not trying to be funny or anything, Dan, but look what freedom of the mind has done for you. Your mind was left to be so free, it wandered off and now has a life of its own somewhere, and I'm sure it's very happy. And freedom didn't do George Michael many favours either, did it? So I'm quite happy as I am, thanks.
That's why people won't consider flat Earth. They're terrified.
Quite right, Dan. They are terrified of everybody they know and love thinking that they are a complete and utter moron for thinking that the earth is flat. Thanks for watching, guys. If you are new, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It would be thoroughly appreciated because that's what helps the channel grow. I'm the Creaky Blinder and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Oh dear.
Alright, watch this next. But before you do, make sure you subscribe. By order of the Creaky Blinder.